been this way for years. I don't change. Especially this one here, she's known me for a long time. I don't change. My little brother, I don't change. For no one will I change for. This is who I am. She sees me and I be running around this thing in the morning. But it's warm now when I go to the gym. But what it's like when I couldn't go to the gym, my doctor told me not to. I ran this tucked right here in the back. And this is what I have my daughter Madison done. She went from 214 to 207. That's awesome. Changing the diet, changing things up, and getting that rotunda all the time. So I mean, with autism and the medication that she takes, it will make her hungrier. You know what I mean? It's no fault of hers that she gained a little bit of weight. So mommy does what she does best. Change that diet. If it's not in the house, guess what? They can't eat it, can they? When I got about the snacks for the kids, why? Why? Well, my husband likes this. I don't care what your husband likes. We have to learn to eat healthy. Because if you eat healthy as women, as the primary person that pretty much runs the house, guess what? They're going to follow as well. All right? So these are things that we just have to do. So, again, like I said, we have my hibiscus tea that I made for you guys. Hibiscus raspberry tea. Now, mind you, I did not put a lot of sugar in it. All right? Because you're really supposed to be just tasting the tea. If you're looking for sweetness, go to 7-Eleven. All right? My job is to make sure I just give you a taste of what it is. All right? In the hibiscus tea, hi, Cara. In the hibiscus tea, you will find that there's blueberries, there's strawberries, and there's a mint leaf in the hibiscus tea. Okay? Now, I do have what I call my refreshing water. That has cucumbers, lemon, ginger, mint. I call that my refreshing water. Okay? So, that is going to be up here for display for you guys as well. We have ice here. I'm going to put a designated cup so we can get the ice out. I'm going to close this curtain to get the sun off of our beverages. Okay? So you'll be able to enjoy the beverages without the sun just beating down on you. Okay? All right. Anybody have any questions about what we're about to indulge in? All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it.
Sammy is Sammy. Yes, he is.
All right, guys. Let's get it started.
Bacon with that baby back.
Try this. When you get a second, try that export raw for a photo. What? Export raw.
Shay Brown-Brown back in like late March. I was about 227 pounds. And over the course of the past 5 months, I've learned how to eat differently.
Now, mind you, you didn't start with the nutrition program until like 2 months later.
That's right. We started whipping me into shape, drinking water. My goal was to not be on high blood pressure medication. We got off that within 2 months.
Yep.
I love the education. I have a background as an educator, so I just feel like that's been just a wonderful GPS for myself. The other day, I noticed my blood pressure was a little bit high, and I was like, well, I know I haven't been eating trash. I wasn't drinking enough water, and I didn't do as much cardio as I usually do that day. So I actually like numbers; they're very helpful for me. And what I think the biggest impact is on my family. How my daughter and my mom are now saying, "I'll eat whatever you make," you know. And so I love that because now I'm able to model for my family and friends how you can have delicious food, but it doesn't have to be deep fried. It doesn't have to be. I can't wait for the cookbook so that I can learn even more.
Cookbook.
Yeah, excited.
Do you know when it's coming? They said Tuesday they'll be done with it. Amazon did. But yeah, the cookbook is done. The cookbook is done. I gotta upload it to Amazon. I mean, I can show you the book.
Yeah, it's a
and that's something I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna do a promotion as well.
Excuse me.
Because this is really important. It's not about you guys. A lot of you guys know it's not about money for me. You know that everything that I have now is not because of Fit4Life. All right. To be honest with you, my program is worth $2,000 a month, right by itself. $6,000. Would you pay somebody to save your life for $6,000?
Yeah.
I charge $450 to each person.
Wow. That's cheap when you go to other dietary.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep.
It's not about the money for me. It's about saving a life. Your price is too high. Well, I guess your life is just
Too low.
Not worth it.
that part. Say it again for the people in that first lady.
Not worth it.
Hey! Yes. So I know that I cannot cheapen myself anymore. I have a doctorate degree in nurse practitioner. I have a associate's degree in exercise applied. What is this?
Physiology?
Yes, kinesiology. I'm certified plant-based nutritionist. And I'm a person. Come on, I can't keep cheapening myself for your all health. Talked to Lewis and said, was that the best investment? And he said yesterday, well, whenever we talked, that was the best investment him and his wife have ever made. The best. Only asked for 90 days. If you stay, it's on you. But it was just 90 days that I asked of your life. And even with Abdul, when he started with me, like he said, he was on blood pressure medication. And his main thing for him was that he wanted to get off the medication. That's what he said. He said, Shay, I want to get off medication. So, with our bodies, they are self-inflicted. Truly self-inflicted. And that's one thing that they have learned in this program.
Feels she knows you, definitely.
That if I change my habits, if I say no to some things, and it's okay to say no to yourself. Please say no to yourself. It's okay. I want to. You don't think sometimes I want to grab something and eat it? No, girl, you got that phone shoot coming up. Oh no. What motivates you, Shay? I motivate myself. I put myself in positions to where I said, you know what? You're going to be doing this week. You're going to be doing that next week. And plus, you're Fit4Life. You can't just walk the walk. You got to talk. You can't just talk the talk. You got to walk it too. I got to walk it like I talk it. I can't convince anybody if I'm sitting up here and I'm not at what we call, not obese. What do we call it, guys? What do we call it? It's not obese. What's the word we use?
Overweight?
No, that's not what we use. What do we use? Because ain't nobody obese.
for you, right?
What's the word we use, guys? What is the word we use, guys?
It's 2 words.
Yep.
I can't
What is
think
the
of
word we
it
use, guys? This is brown rice, guys.
They don't want to think about it.
It is called an unhealthy weight.
Yes, unhealthy weight.
So weight you're carrying is not healthy for you.
Yes, unhealthy weight.
That's what it's called. Nobody is obese. That is such an ugly word.
So I called her and she said, sure, fine, I'll meet you at your house. She came all the way down to Harvard Grace where we live to our house to meet us and talk to her. And I said, Louis, if she's willing to do all that, I'm going to give you The way of eating is, I guess it's called a clean way of eating.
Hold on one second. Everybody can? I told you I want y'all to be full. All right. So,
Go ahead, Ryan.
Come get your dog. Let's get the dog out of here. Then let's get Anybody else?
So the way that she was telling us what to eat for the 3 month detox.
No.
She said no red meat.
Hold on, guys. Definitely want to get people to the stage. Oh, sorry. Everyone. Thank you. I'm sorry. Just want to make sure I get it right. Okay.
No red meat.
Wow.
No sugar. No flour products or anything.
No ring ding, ding
Yes.
dongs, no
No.
ho hos.
No sweet.
Y'all know them things. You can't have them.
Yes. And we had some of that. And we had some of that stuff in our, pantry or
But
whatever.
hold on. And I think that was another thing that made him upset because I came to their house. I was doing inventory.
In the refrigerator.
I looked in the refrigerator. You can't have that either. You can't have that either. You need to get that out your house too. And that's something new that I'm starting to do because Kyra said I should be more personal.
Yeah.
With people. So blame it on Kyra that I'm all up in y'all houses.
It's a good thing. Like I said, all of the other programs that we were on, we didn't have anybody like Shay. They were just like pat your hand like that or whatever. If you didn't do good or gain weight or whatever. But you actually did that, which is a good thing. So, okay. So,
I was talking to him first.
that's okay.
About the ho-hos and the ding-dongs.
Yeah. No sweet, no more sweet. So the biggest test is when we went home to my parents' house and to his parents' house. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, we have a new way of eating. We can't eat such and such. So she had like an attitude because she wanted to cook a cake for Louis. She wanted to cook all this food. I said, Mom, we can't eat like that anymore.
Yeah, she makes me a personal cake. Wow. So when I come there, my mother treats me like a king. Always has. I've never been treated like that ever before. It was fantastic. So she told her that she could not make a personal cake for me. She was very upset, and so was I.
Yeah, she was. And then this past Labor Day weekend, we went to North Carolina to his fair.
Oh, North Carolina, oh Lord.
His mother cooked like a big Thanksgiving dinner, and we couldn't eat none of it. Oh. So she was like, how long y'all gotta eat like this?
You can eat the turkey and the
No.
No?
What
did
you said no red meat, you said.
No red meat, no chicken. The only thing we can eat is seafood.
If you can walk on this thing, you can't have it. What about eggs? Where it come from?
Oh, you had to go walk on this butt?
You mean
Yeah. We're still in 3 months.
Oh, you still need that? Okay.
I said just give me 3 months. That's all I asked for. Just 3. If you can invest in your home, if you can invest in stocks, if you can invest in 401ks, God only knows if you're going to live to see them.
Right.
You can invest 90 days of your life to make sure you at least get to them. You see the hands? I don't want to smoke.
Yep. And also in the program, you have to drink half your body weight of your water. And by me doing that, I had like bad arthritis. I couldn't quite walk up the stairs or anything. Now I have no problem with my joints. Because of the weight that I lost and the water. So this program will you get out what you put in.
The program will not fail you.
No, it won't. You'll fail the program.
Is the program consistent?
I think between Beverly and her husband, they supposed to lose 55, 60 pounds together. And they've only been with me less than 3 months. I've gotten off more than them than any diet program they've ever been with. And they're teaching themselves how to eat healthy. I don't give you no meal plans, I don't give you nothing. And I ain't giving you nothing. See the attitude? That's not attitude, that's passion. You caused the problem. You figure it out, but I'm going to tell you what not to eat. And when you do eat those things, it shows on that little scale I got. Don't it, Karen? Tells all your business. So you can tell me that you exercise, but now look at your skeletal muscle. It's still at 13. Girl, you ain't doing nothing. So we need to change some things up for you. Don't I switch you up?
Yeah.
Well, God, I ain't got no time. You better find it.
And you gotta get your cardio in. That's how you get your cardio. That's your cardio.
Yeah, you gotta get cardio.
So now she got me at 60 minutes for 4 days on the treadmill and between 3.3 and 3.5. 4 days a week.
In the beginning, she was just smelling some flowers. I'm like, what's she doing? I'm gonna leave her alone. Look, you know me, I'm ready to go in. I'm gonna leave her alone for a little bit. And then she did it again. Like, what's she doing? Man, we need to have a meeting.
I said, yeah. She said, what if I jog a little bit? Two steps. Do something.
Anyway, then now she has me doing intermittent fasting. That helps too.
That's hard. That's hard.
So now I start at 11 and finish at 7. So I have to eat at 7 o'clock. So like I said, I love this program better than any other programs that I've done. If anybody is on the fence about joining, consider no more.
About a year or so ago, I saw Shay at the gym. I was like, wow, this is really working out. She was doing that. I was at Chauncey's gym, right? I was actually working out with another person, but Chauncey was there. And the person that I was working out was fairly new with boxing. So I wanted to learn how to box, so he was showing me how to box. Yeah, well, Shay was in the gym. And he wasn't really showing me in a way that was conducive to me really learning and being able to do it. Especially when I was doing some exercise. And so Shay jumped in, she said, hold up. Maybe you should do this. You should be bending down a little. So she started to jump in, and I was like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. And Chauncey helped out, because my coach, he didn't show up, and so Chauncey just helped me out. So I left him alone. I work, my job is extremely stressful. I deal with a lot of trauma and a lot of stress all the time, 25 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, and I've done that for a long time in my life. And so about 2 months ago, because of that stress, I found myself at my desk and I couldn't see out of one eye, right? And I was like, I was starting to trip. Why can't I see out of one eye? Anyhow, I got up. I was like, okay, something's not right. Go get the nurse. The nurse came. She took my pressure. My pressure was 192 over 169, right? And I couldn't see. 169. So she said,
That was the bottom number?
That was the bottom number. So she said, you need to go to the ER. I work for a hospital, so they pulled some strings. They got me in the ER, right? The pressure was still high. Well, it turned out I had a TIA.
I was saying, you gonna have a stroke.
I was having a minor stroke. So they kept me in, they treated me well. And I was like, dang, I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 35 years. And I walked, but, I was inconsistent. I fasted 30 days on water here, there, juice, and, I do it inconsistently, right? But the thing that was hurting me was the stress. And the thing that was hurting me was my own mind, because I never prioritized me. You understand? And so, I had a scale. I had a real scale before Shay told me to get it. I didn't get on it, but I had a scale. I didn't even have a blood pressure cuff, right? So I was in a bit of a like, okay, girl, you better make the change now, because it scared me. I cried tears. I was in the hospital about 3 days. They kept me, and they put me on 2 blood pressure medicines, right? My cholesterol was a little crazy, so I was like, you know what? I remember Chauncey, and I said, dang, I gotta make a change. Because the stress in my life is not really going away because I haven't managed that yet, right? And so I called Chauncey, and Chauncey picked up. He's like, you know what? He could feel my urgency, right? And so, I remember Shay, and I called her because I remember she was a really good person. So I didn't know if I would be working with Chauncey or Shay. I didn't know Shay was really kind of that nurse practitioner who helped you with your mental and your health and all that, and grounding you, making you, responsible for yourself. And making you prioritize yourself and telling you if you don't prioritize yourself, who's going to prioritize you, right? And so I called her up. She took me in. She came over to the house. I've had coaches. I was a ball player in college, and I've had coaches. And I listen to my coach. I do whatever my coach tells me. And I have been living outside of me, right? I've been doing this because of somebody else. And I had not been doing it for me. And this was my wake-up call. My wake-up call was like, girl, my job, they love me, my job. I make them look, this house will look really good, right? Right. They took care of me for 3 days. They sent me a big bill, but they took care of me for 3 days. right? They called me 2 days later, how are you? Ready? Let's go back. Let's get back to work. Right. In this subliminal kind of, messaging, we want you to be okay, but we really don't care, because if you go, you're going to find somebody else, right? And so for me, it's like, but my people need me. I'm dealing with life and death, but my people need me. So when I talk to Shay, she's like, girl, she got to know me. She came over the house, and it wasn't so bad, so she threw out some stuff, said, you can't do this, you can't do this. And so about a week, I followed the coach, so I was everything with water, right? I didn't drink any water. I still have trouble drinking my water. She's like, why are you not drinking water? So your pressure is going to be high. And so at this particular time, since I've been working with her, she said, you know what, the thing that you need to do, this is how I'm going to help you. You have to learn to prioritize you. So her reminder with me, because I think I can eat better. I'm going to eat better. She's like, your priority is to remind you. See how I'm talking now? She's like, you need to slow down. So my goals were like, get up every morning and meditate, right? Stop and meditate twice a day. Get a blood pressure cup. Take your pressure every morning and night. Because I didn't even know my pressure was that high. My pressure had been high for about 2 weeks after that, like scary. She said, call your doctor. She said, call your doctor. My pressure was so high, they put me on another drug. And so right now, luckily I'm only on one medicine. She's reminding me to prep my food. Didn't prep anything. So she reminded me, Lisa, if you're going freedom, if you're gonna do this, you gotta prep your food on Sunday, because you're that busy. So you have to prep and take care of yourself and prioritize you. So what she does, Shay? I'm so sorry. No, you're fine. No, I'm like, what did I miss? I'm hungry.
No. Make sure you got one, boo. She look at this one. She's like, where mine at?
That's right. I didn't want you to forget me. Anyhow, so what she does is she reminds me to prioritize myself, take my pressure. She's monitoring my medicine, and she's reminding me to drink water, and because I don't, So she's helping me recondition prioritizing myself. And I appreciate that for her. And I'm very grateful. It was so nice to be on the Zoom with all of you, because he reminded me of prioritizing myself. I said, they're coming on a Sunday. And they're talking to each other. And so I'm very grateful for that. And it's nice to officially see everybody.
Definitely. But you know, I admire her. I love her. And I challenge her because when she says she doesn't care, I know the heart. And so I know that she does care. But she does what she does because she cares. This is Shay's ministry. I believe that all of us have ministry within us in some way, shape, or form or another. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a pastor, a clergy, a minister, anything. Whatever you're passionate about, and that which you take to heart, and you're active and you're pursuing it, and you want others to be better because of it, that's your ministry. And so I know that Fit4Life, we are her ministry, and she takes it seriously. And not just because she is a member of BLF, but before she even became a full-fledged member of BLF, she's family. And she does not let us get away with the BS, okay? Even on Sundays when we do our, after service, we have, kind of like a little repast most Sundays. We serve snacks or whatever. She calls us on our crack, okay? Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, she lets us know, oh, that's not healthy. Like last Sunday, one of the members brought in the, we have a member that brings in sandwiches every week or whatever for the children or what have you.
What was funny about that?
And
The sign that
because she put up a
sandwiches.
that she's right, in my opinion. We don't beat people over the head.
Contaminated.
And nobody touched it. Right? Nobody touched it.
No, you didn't.
But that's okay because we did make use of it because we bagged them up and we went and we drove around and we made sure the homeless got something to eat. Okay, but. She calls us on our stuff and she makes us live by example. She does, and she holds Pastor Bill and I both accountable, and I appreciate her for that. And so because we see the value and because we see the changes that it's making, not just in us as a couple, but in the people in the house of God, okay? The people, we got people aging backwards, as she says, Desiree, Danita in the back there, Victoria, Kiara, and Nishan.
Your golden nugget.
I'm still trying to get past the really, really on board with the straight and narrow, but and even in myself, just over the past couple of months, back in March I was 240, and now I'm 208. And we were actually a part of the Fit4Life. We did the 90 days or whatever, and then we got off of it. But because of the things that I've learned, because of the changes that I learned to make within doing the program, I'm still doing what I need to do. I've had back surgeries, I've had spinal surgeries, I was on a lot of medicine for the pain. There was times, I couldn't even, we'd be in the middle of communion, I couldn't get up, somebody had to get me up off the floor, going up and down the steps, I was struggling going, we had like 2-3 steps going up into the altar. I was struggling going up and down in the steps. Now I'm like, I'm bouncing around. I mean, like, I had energy. I did my first little mile walk with them a couple weeks ago. I was so proud of myself. Because I'm a person, I can walk on the treadmill all day long. I can do an hour on the treadmill, it doesn't bother me. But I've learned there's a difference walking on a treadmill than there is walking outside. So because I wanted to be able to do that walk, I had to start making myself walk outside, and so, yeah, I can do 3-4 miles on a treadmill, but for me, that 1 mile of walking outside that was a goal for me. And when I achieved that, I felt so good about it. And so it's important. I love her. I love the concept. Yeah, she's a bully, but you know what? Some people need a bully. Yeah, I said it. Some people need a bully. Some people need them, you know, somebody to be on their, you know, in their head. Yes, I don't give people in general space to take up space in my head. She holds some resonance. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, she takes up space in my head because I hear her voice when I'm going to do something I know I'm not supposed to do. I did not have a problem giving up the red meat. I didn't have a problem giving up the pork. It doesn't bother me. I still eat my fish. I still eat chicken. So I struggle with giving up, you know, the barnyard pimp. And the bacon. I don't even really struggle with the bacon. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I can take it or leave it. But for the most part, I struggle with the chicken. But I do, my thing is this, I'm not going to eat it fried. I'm not going to buy it. So if I don't buy it, you don't eat it. So I'm not going to eat it. And so I just think it's important. The program is important. You know, I think we ought to live by example. And so that's what we do. To those of you who don't like to drink your water, the water is going to be one of your best friends.
Yes.
And I've learned there's so many different things that you can do with your water to make it, you know, palatable. It doesn't bother me. I can drink it plain. You know, I'm good with it. But you learned, you know, take what you've learned and not just take what you've learned and hold it for yourself, because we are not meant to hold on to the knowledge and the wisdom that we glean in life. We're supposed to share it, because if you're not sharing it, then you're not doing what it is that you're supposed to do. Whoever your higher power is that you have your connection with, however you want to call it, for me is God, okay? I know that God wants me to be better, to do better, to live better, and to be the example, okay? Our bodies are supposed to be a temple. Our bodies are supposed to be in usage for Him. We can't be used if we're not in, you know, if we're not healthy. We can't be used to do what it is that He would have us to do.
Yes.
Thank you, First Lady. I really appreciate it. I'm taking care of you, and if you happen to see him, you can best believe I trust him with all my business. If you don't do, you can best believe snitch. I'll tell. I'll tell all the business. Why? Because we work together to take care of your health. And this is going to be a totally different type of health clinic. Yeah, I'm going to treat blood pressures and stuff like that when we need to. Because at some point, we got to protect you from yourselves. God, Shay put me on a medication. Well, what you do? Because Shay don't do pills. I take people off pills. Ain't that right, Lou? So if I had to put you on some medication for diabetes, I had to give you a Dexcom. That's because of something that you did. Something that you did. Now I got to sit up here and try and figure out every pill in the book to give to you, to protect you from you. Isn't that sad? I got to protect you from yourselves? When you just can't say, I'm never look at it like that. That's what this program is all about. I give you a different view of your health. Ain't that right there? Yeah. I give you a different view of your life. And we're getting older. I don't think anybody aging backwards. Yeah. I don't think anybody aging, yeah, my sister over here. I don't think nobody's aging backwards. Okay? We're moving forward. The thing is, what is going to be your quality of life? Are you going to be living long enough to get your Social Security? Because that age is going up even higher and higher because the government, not the government. The government is making sure you don't get to that age before 67 because people are dying of heart attacks and strokes and in their 50s. Am I lying? I had a patient, true story, had a patient. Kept coming to the clinic. I said, your pressure's high, I gotta give you something. I said, you gotta stop eating this, you gotta stop eating that. Well, I'm gonna do it better, I said, I'm telling you,
If you don't change your diet, I'm gonna give you to somebody else that's gonna give you every pill in the book because I'm not gonna keep loading you up with a bunch of pills because it's something you're doing. Trust me, I talk to my patients just ask me, do I hear you? So, pressure jumping up in the 190s. I said, come on. I said, you're going to stroke. Your numbers are at a level to where you're going to stroke. So I gave her more pills, and I said, I can't take care of you because I know you're going to stroke. Then I got to find you speech therapy. Then I got to find you physical therapy, rehab, neurology, cardio. I don't come to work. That's work to me. So I gave her to somebody else. Dang it, if she didn't come back and she had a goddamn stroke. Of course, you know what I said. What you come back to me for? Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna do better. The stroke is already here. It already happened. I can't fix that. So now, I can't give her to somebody else, and I'm trying to do everything I can do to help her. But her cognitive ability is gone too. When I say a stroke is coming, I wish Chitty was here so he could tell you what we see in that emergency room. High cholesterol, high blood pressure, unhealthy weight, bad heart trying to beat because your visceral fat is in the 20s, in the teens.
On young people.
And as we get older, as you age on the outside, you can best believe your inside organs are aging as well. You see yourselves aging. Think about your heart, your kidneys, your lungs. Think how they age too. Your arteries, they start to lose that elasticity to where they just, to where you can't, blood doesn't move like that anymore. You start to lose elasticity in those vessels. Unless you got a strong heart. How are you getting that? By coming home and sitting on the couch? Taking a nap? God, Shay always doing something. I sleep when I'm dead. I got stuff to do. I was so upset I missed a goddamn walk with Sheila and Abdul the other day. I jumped up and like, God dang it, it's 5:50. But you know what? My body will shut me down. And I had to listen. I said, guys, I ain't gonna make it. I said, my body said, you ain't getting up today. Because I heard the alarm clock. But that body said, sleep. So if anybody wonders, do I get sleep? I do. My body has to shut me down, but I do. The woman had a stroke. Pray for Sister Johnson. You know my thing. She done had a stroke. What you praying for her for? You can't come back from a stroke. Stop serving fried chicken. Start serving more fruits and vegetables. You should see me. I gave you guys a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables. There was not one piece of meat up there. And them two over there, they fighting over the Brussels sprouts.
Get them on camera.
Look at them. They ain't saying nothing. They were taking a nap.
I eat whatever you put in front of me. I got no problem with it.
He said, put on the phone. He had no problem with it. The bottom line is, you can eat healthy. Women, take charge of that house. If it ain't cooked, they won't eat it. Unless you got a chef in the house. But if it smells good and if it tastes good, guess what? They're going to eat it, guys. They will eat it. All right, so I'm going to bring Dr. Moran.
And exercise and try to be fit is very important for us, and for everybody. And as a provider, I noticed that if the patient lose weight and they do what they're supposed to do, exercising, many of the health issues are going to go away, So, as she says, many other providers just take this pill, and that's the way how they treat the patients, and that's not the right way because you're just giving like putting a band-aid in the problem, but you're not going to the source of the problem, So many things like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, this is all coming from the weight, or the way how you eat and what you eat, So this week, for instance, I had a patient. She was something that I want to mention before. We have been talking about hypertension, diabetes, cholesterol, but we haven't talked about pain. Pain is a pandemic in this country, and many has to do with the weight of the people. Because if you are overweight, you put so much pressure on your back, you put so much pressure on your knees, and many patients come to me complaining about the same thing. My back hurts, my knees hurts, my hip hurts, but they weigh 300 pounds, 250. So that is one of the problems as well. Of course, the cartilages go away, the bones start hitting each other. That happens. But on top of that, you weigh 250 pounds. that made everything worse. So I had a patient this week. I've been training with her. She's my patient, and she had lost like 40 pounds, and she suffered of sciatica, back pain. The pain comes to the legs, so she was taking oxycodone, which is, as you know, is an narcotic, plus gabapentin, 300 milligrams 3 times a day. Now that she lost the weight, she's not taking oxycodone anymore, and she's not taking gabapentin anymore. You know, because getting away of that weight, so she has 100 here in the back, and the pain that she was having is gone away. So she's only taking Tylenol at this point, and she's keep losing weight, you know. So now she can exercise a little bit. She can walk like 45 minutes now, you know, and she's feeling much better. She came to me and said, "I'm not taking oxycodone anymore." I said, "Great, that's good," you know. So that's very important. Dondo.
And I'm going to also have him get up and speak as well, because when I became a nurse practitioner, he was my preceptor. And he showed me the computer. And by the time I was done, I was mastering that computer. He said, "You have 15 minutes in the room with the patient." I said, "I'm going to be out that room at 7. They piled him on with so many patients. And I said, they're going to do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Same thing to me. And when you do that to your patients, how much time, quality time, do you think we get to spend with our patients?
You don't get a lot.
And that's something that bothers me about the place I do work at. But I am saving lives. Because I go in the room and I see what's going on with them before I even go into the room. A game plan, this is what it is. And most of the time they're like, "Did you see my weight?" That's what my patients say to me. I make changes in the city. So what do you think I'm gonna do when I get in the county? So I am too. So right now the guy, he came back with another counter offer because I told him there's no sinks or cabinets in the rooms, and I need them. So he's gonna charge me an extra $25 a month to put them there. Okay, I'll take it. So the people that's there now, they won't be moving out until October. I told them December 1st is when I want to move in. Okay?
Is this the one of
The one up there in Whitemarsh. Yeah.
And you will be accepting
Everybody. Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Aetna, United Healthcare, I'm accepting them all. TRICARE, Humana, Medicare. Did you not see me? I'm certified. What is it? I'm Medicaid and Medicare. I'm like, yes. But that's mine. I don't stop cracking the whip. I had a woman that was 85 years old. She came and walked into my office, talked to me like I'm talking to you. Told me she had bad knees. I said, "Mama, you know what the cause is." I said, "Mama, you sit up here eating these ring ding ding dongs and the ho-hos. You have diabetes, you know you can't have it." She looked at me and said, "You want me to lie to you?" I put the hands up real quick. I said, "You want me to lie? You know what that means." "I don't want to smoke either." I said, "Well, I'm just letting you know, I'm just trying to tell the truth and shame the devil." I challenged her. 30 days, she came back, she lost 7 pounds. She's 85, Brown. She's 85. So what you think I'm gonna do with you young people? What you think I'm gonna do with y'all? None. So, Freedom went